Hey guys, welcome back. Today's topic is conditionals. We will look at what are conditionals, different type of conditionals and how to write clean code using conditionals. But before that, make sure you go and watch my previous video because that's a prerequisite for this one. So without wasting much more time, let's now jump right into the video. So guys, we are back in our editor and today's topic is conditionals. So by the name as it suggests, conditionals are conditions which are required to be true in order to execute our code. You can think of this as a branch-based conditioning logic, and here is a simple example to explain what the concept is. So suppose you are having a small website and you want to check if user is logged in or not. So if user is logged in, they can directly go to the dashboard, else they will move to the login page. So this is how we can represent it using this if else block. This is a very basic conditional block that is present. So it says if logged in. So logged in will be a variable which will hold in account like true or false. So if condition goes true, then only the code inside will be executed. Else, whatever condition inside this else block is there, this else block, it will get executed. And once this go to login and then user is logged in, then they can simply go to their dashboard. And here is a flow chart representing it. So flow charts are basically small diagrams that help you to understand it. And if you see here, this is a condition. So if user is logged in, it's true, then they can directly go to the dashboard. If user is not logged in, then it's false and user can go to the login. So now that we understand what conditions are at a very high level, let's now look at different type of conditions that are present and solve some of the coding exercises to help understand the topic better. So the first conditional block that we will encounter is called if statement. You can use if statement if you want to branch some logic based on condition. And here is a simple explanation of like you have to write the keyword if this number triple equal to, which is a strict equality operator. So in major programming language you have double equal to, but in JavaScript you have three equal to, that means strict. So it should be the same value that is here, else it will return to false. And if this condition goes true, then we will get inside this block and we will print yup, that's true. So this console.log, as I have also previously mentioned, helps you to print messages on the output. But if you want your code to be a bit more dynamic, that is you can specify what are these values to the if condition, then you can use the variables. So here it says if num triple equal to, that is strict equal to 1, then console.log, that is print num, the number is 1. But here the true or false value will depend on what is the value of num. So you made your code dynamic. Now let's look at how to solve our question. Our goal is to check for equal. We have to complete the equal to function that is already given here, and here we have to check if a is equal to b, we can return true. Now based on what we have learned, what you can do is you can write if, since we are using two variables, we will use triple equal to b, then now we will say if a triple equal to b, return. Here we are just returning the value, and if you run the test case, you will see we have passed that. So this was the first conditional block inside the condition. Now let's move on to second. The next conditional that we are going to see is called else block. This block is executed when something is not true. For example, let's say there is some rain. So I will say if it rains today, I will stay indoors. Otherwise, I will go outside. So here the condition is whether or not it rains. So if it does, definitely I will stay indoors. If not, I will go outside, and that will become our else clause. So this is how it looks in code. Just like how you have defined the if part, you will also define a else part following the same indentation level, which is pretty important. So let's see what we can do with our else block. Our goal is to subject our is not equal to function to also handle the case where that a is not equal to. I'm just going to copy paste the function that we have created before, and now I will write the else block. We can do it like return false. And if I run the test case again, it will say that I have passed the test cases. And if you go to test.js, you will see that is not equal to 1 comma 2 will return to true, and is not equal to 1 comma 1 will return to false. Now here is a small thing. Instead of writing else, we can even shorten our code a much better way, and that is like here. If you go here, we have indented it. So if I do it like this, then also it literally means the same thing, because if something is not true, then we have to return the false. If you again run the test case, you will see that all are passed. Let's now look at what are the things that we can do using else. The last thing that we are going to see in conditional is else if statement. And it is very useful when you want multiple behavior based on only two conditions. The way you define it, like if the first condition is true, then it will not move to next condition. If it is false, then we will say else if condition, and then the else if block will execute if this condition holds true, else it will move to the final of this. Now our goal is to return equal. So let's imagine we are building a website that requires users to have subscription to access content. We want to encourage users to try it out, so we add a free trial. Let's update can access function to allow access if user has either a subscription or a free trial. So if you see here, we are using this or operator. That is very important to know. Like if this is he has a subscription, then this becomes true, else he has a free trial, then also this becomes true. So either of the condition becomes true, and then it will get executed. If either purchase subscription or free trial are true, otherwise return false. So what we can say, if user has purchased the subscription, return true, else if user has a free trial. Now if user has free trial, then also we will return true as per the given condition, that if either purchase subscription or free trial are true, return true. Otherwise we will just return false. I am skipping that else part. If I run the test case now, you can see we have already passed else, and the way we will check for the test cases is you will say console.log and then pass in the function. If that's the true, you will get some out. It says false and true, so it will return true. That's what it is checking. Now with this, we have come to end of this small tutorial, and let's now look at what we have done. So that's it for this video, guys. We have learned what are conditionals, a small introduction to it, what are different type of conditionals like if block, else if block, and how to utilize them in a proper manner, how to write clean code using the if else block. That's also been covered. So I hope that you are now armed with everything that you need to get started with if else block. So dive into some editor and write clean code. But till then, see ya. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.